Hello, Clifford. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Well, I just want to thank you for taking out the time to do this interview with Best Point of View TV, first of all.
Yeah, no problem, man. It's an honor.
Okay, so I see you've been doing YouTube comedian. How long have you been doing this for?
Oh, man. So it's been a while. I started putting videos on YouTube in 2007. And it's nothing really blew up till like 2013. So it's been a struggle, but, you know, I'm very happy where I'm at right now.
Okay. What made you get into this?
Honestly, as a kid, you know, I really just enjoyed making people laugh. I enjoyed making people happy. And, you know, because of the power of social media, man, I could do it on YouTube and I can reach people all over the world. So it's just a passion to make people happy.
And you do a lot of African skits. Where in Africa are you from?
Yeah, I'm originally from Ghana. I was born in Ghana. I came to the U.S. when I was 5.
Okay. What's up? And then what made you want to go back to your roots for your YouTube sketches?
That's the thing. Like, it's not really what made me go back to my roots. Being a Ghanaian and my parents being so passionate about the culture. When I got here, even at a young age, they made sure that I didn't lose my culture. They made sure I didn't lose the language. They made sure that even though I was going to school in America, that when I got home, all I spoke was, you know, Tree, the Ghanaian dialect. So it's really my parents just not letting me leave my culture. So I took that into my comedy, and it worked out for me.
Okay. And do you go back and forth to Ghana to visit?
Yeah, the last time I was there was 2011. Because of work, I haven't been back since, but I'm trying to go back this December because a lot of people are waiting for me to come. Because since I really blew up, I haven't been back.
Okay. And what would you say was your first video?
My first video actually was uploaded by my best friend Nana. It was just me dancing around in his house, just playing around, and he put it up on Facebook and YouTube, and it took off because back then nobody was really dancing or doing anything on social media. So that was like my first video. I think we named it K-Pop Dance Series Volume 1.
Okay. And how do you think you have improved since then?
Oh man, there's been a lot of improvements. Because now I don't just put videos up. Now everything I do is well planned out. I write scripts. I make sure that, you know, people can relate to my skits. Because there's nothing better than somebody watching you and, you know, feeling at home saying, man, it's funny and all, but I can relate to it.
How you come up with your skits? Like, what mindset you had to go into these ideas?
Most of it is actually true stories that I just take and I just put a spin and make it more dramatic to make it more entertaining and more, you know, funny. But it is, you know, a lot of it, especially the African dad videos, there are things that I've experienced in my African home, you know, so it makes it easier. Yeah.
When you were coming up, was there ever a time that you wanted to give up on this? Like you thought was
yes, man. That's actually a story that I tell every time I perform. I tell people when I was doing YouTube before 2013, you know, I used to put up videos all the time, and I'll get like 5 views in a week, or, you know, go back a month later and it's like 7 views. And, you know, most of the views were actually me just checking how many views I had. So, you know, it came to a point where I was like, I'm done. I called my best friend and I was like, listen, I'm done. And he actually was the one that encouraged me not to stop. So, you know, actually after the conversation, a week later, I put up a video called The Reason Why Africans Don't Answer Cell Phones. And that was it. That was my moment. And, you know, with that video, everything just blew up for me.
Why do you think that video blossomed so much?
I think, you know, honestly, I think it was very different or very unique. You know, and the good thing too is I didn't, you know, stray away from the African culture. You know, us Africans, we love to dance. I did a video about the reason why we don't pick up is because we're too busy dancing. It was short, you know, it was accurate. People just gravitated to it. The song was perfect. The Zublazo song. I owe a lot to Mayway for making that song because that's really the reason why this, you know, the video just took off from just, you know, it being short, perfect song, some dancing, and it just, I know you've seen the video, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. That video just made me who I am right now.
Do you have like a team behind you that is helping you with all the video process, or is it all you?
Actually, it's all me. I am the director, the producer, the writer, the editor, the wardrobe coordinator. You name it, I'm the one doing it all. It gets very, I don't lie to you, it gets very frustrating at times because I'm playing all the characters, and sometimes I might be looking at the wrong place, and then when I edit, I realize that I wasn't looking at the person I was talking to that I have to reshoot. It gets very frustrating because I'm playing 4 characters now, but at the end of the day, when you love and have a passion for what you're doing, it's not really that bad. I'm just blessed to know that when I put in all this work, that people actually watch it. That's the best part, that people actually watch it.
Okay. How did you learn how to do all the editing and all this stuff like this? Did you go to college or?
No. This was actually trial and error. Trial and error. Okay, so the thing about me, and anybody that knows me, is I'm one of those people that, I have no problem letting somebody do something for me, but I have one of those personalities. When I want it done, I want it done when I want it done. So, I'm the type that before, you give something to somebody and they're doing it on their time. So I was like, you know what? Why am I doing that? I'm just going to learn how to do it myself. So I sat down, played around with it. So now, for example, if I shoot a video today, I edit it right after and it's ready to be posted. I don't wait a week. I don't wait a month, So from just being frustrated from people not doing things when I wanted it, I just learned it myself. So anybody out there, if you have, a craft, learn it yourself, and then you get to a point where you're big enough that somebody else is doing it. But it's always good to know, that part of what, you're doing so that you can always take over if somebody's not doing it right. It's very important.
Okay. How far do you want to take this YouTube sketch to? Do you want to be able to perform everywhere around the world? Or do you
I honestly, my goal this year was to hit 200,000 subscribers, and I hit it in June. So, my new goal is 500,000. I want to get to the point where, I'm seen as that, the African, a Ghanaian guy, when it comes to, African comedy. I want to, I don't want to go away from my culture. I want the world to, see me for who I am and, what I do. And I just want it to be worldwide. I want it to blossom, maybe get it on TV. You never know. I'm just, looking to God.
All right. Talking about TV, have you had any chances to get on TV? Has anybody reached out to you to do a show or movie or play a role?
I've been on TV with my skits. For example, a lot of my skits have been on a lot of TV shows. I have been, some people have reached out for me to play some roles, which I'm looking at. I'm one of those people. I don't just jump into any role because it can make it or break you. So, I really take time to look at things. A lot of people are watching me and they want me to be involved. So I'm just waiting for the right moment. I'm just giving my all, and hopefully, my gift that God gave me will be a gift to, the world.
Okay. Have you had anybody in the industry, comedian industry, big, reach out to you yet and give you any advice?
Nah, actually I haven't, which is kind of sad really, because I realize how it works is when people, and I know people see my stuff, because it's come to, I know Michael Blackson has, reposted my, my thing. I got very excited when he did so. I thought he would reach out, but I realized, he worked hard to be where he's at, so he's not going to be the one to come and just pick you up and put you where you need to be. So, I'm working hard to the point where, I just get to that point. So hopefully when I get there, then those people who I look up to, I'll just be sitting the same table as they are.
Okay. What do you think you need to do to get on Michael Blackson's level, or somebody bigger than his level?
That's the thing. You just got to keep doing what you're doing. You can't stop. And the thing about, comedy is you just have to be unique in your ways. I was blessed enough to have the dancing thing that nobody was doing. The African dad, the way I do my stuff is different from everybody else. So you just have to be unique to the point where people, when they watch you, they know that they're watching Clifford Owusu. They're not watching Clifford Owusu who acts like somebody else. So it's like Trevor Noah just kept doing what he was doing to the point where he's at now. So it's like me. I'm just gonna continue to do what I'm doing. Be more creative, be smarter. just take it to another level and just hopefully just blow up,
Yeah. You tend to do a lot of your videos by yourself. How can you haven't like collaborated with like other African comedians? Like,
all right, so it's tough. It's tough really because of scheduling. And one thing I really don't like is, being on somebody's time or having to beg people because, I do reach out to certain people and sometimes they're busy or they live somewhere else. So most times I just do it on my own. But this year I have, there's some collabos with, some real popular social media people. And I'm actually trying to do more of that because I know the importance of, using people, you get their audience, they get your audience, you get bigger and bigger. So definitely look out for that. There is going to be more collabs with different comedians.
Okay. Have you ever thought about directing your own movie? Like, because you do a lot of like YouTube sketches, why not just put that into your own, like a whole movie out of it, like Life as an African Kid or something like that?
It's actually a great idea, and a lot of people have brought that up to me, and I am thinking about it. It's not about just doing a movie. You want like something like that. I'm actually searching for like people who actually write, and work with a team of writers, put something together. The good thing is YouTube will let you use their space, the YouTube space here, and shoot something that when people watch, they really like. Because I don't like to post anything just to post. I like to do stuff well thought out. So when I put it up, I feel good about it. Like me, every time I do a video, I watch it a million times and say, you know what, if I wasn't me, would I enjoy this? So there's a lot of videos I've done that I haven't posted because I feel like it's not good quality. So with the movie, definitely, I want it to be a real movie, real for like an hour and a half. And I know a lot of people are expecting it. So it's coming. All right?
All right, let's try to take it away from like the YouTube sketches. Well, how was life growing up being an African kid in America?
Yeah, so the thing about me is I'm an only child.
Okay.
So it was good and bad at the same time because, one, I got everything I wanted. My parents were really good to me. I was raised with a lot of care, a lot of love. But being an only child and being African, they were very strict. They knew what they wanted from my life, and they didn't, go away from that. The whole curfew thing, the whole not sleeping over somebody's house, the whole being a doctor, whatever it is, I've been through it. But my upbringing was very good though, because my parents were very good to me. But I've suffered, trust me. I've lived in a bubble because I live in New York, and I didn't even go like to Times Square till I was in college. I didn't that's how much of a bubble I was in.
So when your parents found out like you weren't going to become a doctor, how did they react to that?
They it was funny because first they're like, okay, you want to be a doctor, no problem. Okay, so how about a nurse? And I'm like, yo, Dad, I'm not into, medicine. And he's like, what about a lawyer? I'm like, no, Dad, no. Engineer? I'm like, Dad, I don't know who's telling you these professions, but it's not what I'm passionate about. But the good thing is when I went to school and I started doing business management and the concentration of human resources, my dad actually supported me. He actually helped me get my first job out of school. And so, being the only child, that was a good thing, too, because at the end of the day, whether they like it or not, they're going to support their one child. So they really gave me a lot of support with that.
Yeah, I understand because I know because my parents were from Cameroon, so they want us to become lawyers or doctors and nurses and stuff like that.
It's like all African parents read from the same manual because it's impossible, for all of us to have the same stories.
True, and they're always the first one in class, like the best student in class. How can you guys all be the best student in class?
Yep.
That's why when I'm watching videos, I really laugh because I remember when I'm younger and stuff, I hear things like this, and then you see everybody else's parents saying something similar to it, and you're like, somebody has to be lying.
They're all lying.
So, how was life in school, like being an African kid? Like, do you ever experience bullying being African?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like when I first came here and I went to elementary school, I got the whole African bully scratcher. They used to make fun of my last name, but the thing that used to hurt the most was the people who were actually doing the bullying were the people who looked like me. You know what I mean? It wasn't the white kids, it wasn't the Asian kids. It was, the people who I would expect would be the nicest to me. And my dad, taught me a big lesson as a kid. He said, just because somebody looks like you doesn't mean that they are like you. So, you still stay. I couldn't help it. I'm African, so it's not like I never acted like I wasn't African. I never acted like I was anything else because I was proud of my culture. So through that, I am the man I am today. So.
And how did you like go about it when you would get bullied by being African?
All right, so the first time it happened, I honestly went home and told my dad about it. And, he really was the one that told me, just be strong, don't let people get to you. But I won't lie to you, they get to me a lot. You know what I mean? But the way I overcame it was through comedy. You know what I mean? I used to make a lot of jokes in class, and after a while, they just stopped, and I stopped being the African booty scratcher kid to, Cliff, the funny kid, the clown, the class clown. So you have to find something to overcome.
All right. You say you were the class clown, right?
Yes.
Did you ever get phone calls home to your parents about being class clown? And how would they react to that?
My dad came to school once and slapped me right in my face, right in front of my teacher.
Were there friends around, your peers?
No. There was no peers, thank God. But my teacher was like, you can't do that. My dad was like, what do you mean I can't do that? So,
did your parents ever make you like go to school wearing like a dashiki or like something African?
That's the good thing. I went to Catholic school my whole life, so I always had a suit on, so I never had that. But I think if I didn't, yes, definitely.
Okay.
Every day.
Did you have like cousins here in America with you or no?
I have cousins, but I don't really have any close cousins. So it was really my mom, my dad, and myself.
Oh, so when you were younger, just like you didn't have nobody to like.
Yeah, nah. That's why I'm very close to my parents. That's all I had.
How do your parents react to your YouTube videos nowadays?
Nowadays, they love it.
What about before?
Before they used to tell me to stop the nonsense. Straight up, stop the foolishness. This ain't gonna take you anywhere. Focus in school. So I used to hide a lot of it. Like as a kid, I used to make music, so the house used to be very quiet because I always had headphones on, so they didn't know what I was really doing. But I was actually like making beats and instrumentals, and sending it, emailing it to artists and all. I remember once my parents found out that I was, actually at a record studio. I came home, lied about it, and my dad was like, what are you talking about? Uncle blah, blah, blah saw you and called us. These uncles, they see you. They won't say nothing to you. They'll go home and pick up the phone and tell their parents, and then, my dad was like, that's it. You can't do this. You can't. I almost passed out, but, I didn't give up.
Okay. Who gave you your first laptop to be able to edit this or computer?
My dad. My dad actually, my first laptop was when I went to college. He bought me this Sony laptop that cost like $5,000, which was like unheard of. Like people in my college used to think I was this rich African kid. So that's what I used to use to make beats and edit videos and all that stuff. I was like way ahead of my game.
Okay. And what about the camera work? Like
camera, man, what I used to use? We used to use, this before all this high tech stuff. We used to use one of those those stopper shoes. I forgot what they're called, like the Canon stuff. But now I'm using, HD, 4K, Sony. I've stepped it up. Okay.
What advice do you have, like, to give to like younger African kids that might experience bullying, like in school, because of their culture or whatever the case may be?
The only advice I would give these kids is basically you really have to stay true to yourself because, like when bullies bully, most times people who bully people, they're not okay with themselves. So like you have to show them strength that you're not just gonna back down and stay true to your culture. You can educate them about your culture, but I know a lot of kids who got bullied that just assimilated and started saying that they're Black Americans or Jamaicans or all this stuff. So.
Okay. What about kids that want to do the same thing as you as sketches? What would you recommend them to do?
Like, if you want, like, especially if you want to do entertainment, I tell you, because people hit me up all the time, you have to find something that is different from me. I'm trying to say, like, you can't, like, I've seen people who, like, they'll email me and say, oh, Cliff, I love your videos. Now I started doing your videos. So I'll go on their page, and then they're doing the same thing I'm doing. And in their comments, people are saying, stop copying Clifford Owusu. Stop copying Clifford Owusu. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get a follower from copying somebody. If you want to be a comedian, if you, like, for example, if you want to do African home like I'm doing, right, you have to spin it how you grew up. I'm trying to say, like, in my video, you never see African dad never, like, he doesn't hit Cliff. Because my dad never used to hit me as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, there's no spanking. There's no, like, he doesn't, like, curse at me. My dad, when I was, like, growing up, he used to, like, when I did something wrong, he'll sit down and lecture me for, like, 15 minutes. That's his thing. That's why, in the videos, he talks a lot. That's how my dad used to lecture me. So that's what I use. So kids out there, if you want to do comedy, just find something that's unique to you and people will gravitate to it because it's different. Like, the dancing helped me because nobody was really doing that dancing on social media. It was like, oh, man, who's this guy doing all the dancing? I was lucky enough to use that to, like, showcase the rest of all my talent. So, and they can't give up. You can't stop. People start something today, a month later, just because they're not getting subscribers or views, they quit and say it's too hard. It took me from 2007 to 2013 to get any kind of traction. And remember, 200,000K seems like a lot to people, but it's nothing in the world of YouTube. So I'm just getting started. And I've been doing this since 2007. So anybody who's out there listening, just make sure that you know that it's a long, hard road. Sometimes you get lucky, but sometimes you got to work hard.
Okay. You say you're going to go back to Africa soon, right? What's something you're going to, like, try to inspire the African youth to do? Because it's like we want to build Africa up, so we want able to get them to be able to grow their brand or whatever they maybe. What's something you're planning on doing for the African kids?
Like, with that, honestly, like, the good thing with me is I'm lucky enough because my dad actually does a lot of those things. My dad, since I was a kid, every year he fills up like 4 barrels with clothes and you name it. He sends it off to Ghana, right? So that's something that I started helping him with a couple of years ago. I give him money and he goes and buys stuff, and it's random too because he just goes and he picks any schools and he goes and he gives these kids stuff. So a lot of people like have a lot of high regards for my dad. So like at the level I'm at, I feel like I can use the platform I have to bring more wellness to Africa, and that is not just what people think it is, but more like a beautiful place to be. Ghana is an amazing place. So it was like I'm just trying to figure. I am a part of a lot of organizations that they said medical supplies back home, but I always feel like there's always more I can do. But I'm just waiting for God to give me the vision.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about going to Africa and put some of the kids behind the camera and let them see what they could do? Yeah,
definitely. That would be amazing, actually. I would love to see that happen. If anybody's interested, man, let me know. That's great.
All right, can you shout out Best Point of View TV?
It's your boy, Clifford Owusu, and big shout out to Best Point of View TV, man. You guys are doing great things. I'm dancing. You can't see me, but I'm dancing. Whoa.
Hopefully you get to 500,000, but even more than that, I want to see you on like TV shows and everything like that.
Thank you, man. Amen to that, man.
Because I feel like us Africans, we have a lot of talent and we have a lot of stories, especially coming here and getting bullied and stuff. And it's time for us to let everybody hear our story so we can laugh at them now.
Yes, and I'm I'm ready to share it, man.
Yeah. I just want to see more African comedians come together and work together because I feel like if we all come together, we put our fan bases together, whether it's Michael Blackson reaching out to you guys or the African rappers, we just need to come together and build a brand so we can go back to Africa and build stuff.
Definitely. I'm with that. That's,
all right.
That's genius right there.
All right. Thank you, man.
All right, boss. It's good talking to you.
Good talking to you, too.
All right. Bye.
It's Tella Pia. It's about to go down, down, down in the DS. It's about to go down, down, down in the DS. Baby, can I get your number? Can I take you out tonight? It's about to go
I've been feeling this girl for way too long, and I know that it is wrong. She got a man and she looks happy, but I'd rather she